I work full time and I'm also training for a full marathon, which means my schedule is very tight. So I prep all my weekday meals on Sundays. In this video, I will walk you through how I made breakfast, lunch, dinner and pre-workout snack for this week. First, I start prepping the item that would take the longest, so I started with boiling chickpeas in an instant pot. I was using them in a salad for lunch, so I needed to boil and cool them before preparing salads. Once I set the instant pot, I got started prepping breakfast. Vanilla protein pancakes. I started by setting the oven to preheat at 425 and laid out oven-safe containers on an oven tray. Then I combined equal portions of these two ingredients, protein pancake mix and Fairlife protein milk. Instead of preparing the batter separately, I directly put them in these containers so that I can have one less dirty dish. Once I whisked the batter to the right consistency, I added some dark chocolate chips over them. Then I baked them at 425 for about 20 minutes. Once my breakfast was in the oven, I started prepping for dinner. I was planning to make Masala Bhindi, beetroot Raita and Roti for it. I used frozen chopped okra to save time on chopping and washing. I directly put them in airfry to defrost them first. Meanwhile, I started prepping the veggies for dinner. I chopped half an onion to use in both okra and raita, 2 tomatoes for okra, using this chopper to get them both cut finely. Also shredded beetroot for raita. I had already boiled the beetroot the night before, so it was very smooth to shred it. Although my hands got so red, I did save an extra dirty dish by directly shredding it in the container I was planning to make raita in. Once okra had defrosted, I added spices to them and air fried them until they got crispy. Then I started making an onion tomato masala on a pan. I sauteed cumin and coriander seeds along with some green chilies, then added onion and tomatoes in along with these spices. While the onion tomato masala was roasting, I prepared the dough for roti by kneading together 1 cup of whole wheat flour and half a cup of lukewarm water. Once the dough was ready, I covered it and let it rest. By this time, okra was cooked and crispy, so I mixed it to the onion tomato masala and my masala bhindi was ready. Then I mixed the shredded beets with the remaining onion, seasoned them with some spices and added Greek yogurt to make a raita. I use Greek yogurt because it's higher in protein and I refrain from adding water, otherwise it gets diluted and the ratio of protein decreases. I just whisked everything and the beetroot raita was ready too. I was running out of cilantro. It would have been a perfect addition to the raita as well. By this time chickpeas were cooked, so I took them out of the instant pot to let them cool down. I started chopping veggies for salads and added them directly into the meal prep containers. This is my favorite part of the whole meal prep process, peacefully chopping all veggies. I find it so therapeutic. While I was chopping in a flow, I also chopped some strawberries for breakfast. By this time, pancakes were cooked and cooled down. I added the strawberries and some blueberries over the pancakes and the breakfast was ready. Once I was done with all the chopping, I added the chickpeas over the chopped veggies. I used both homemade black chickpeas and canned white chickpeas to add a variety and color to my salads. I topped them with green onions and the salads were ready as well. I prepared a dressing because my plan was to make a different fresh dressing each day to add another layer of variety. Because I eat these light salads for lunch, I need a hearty pre-workout snack for later in the afternoon. I had 2 bananas that were hanging on for their lives, so I decided to make banana pie overnight oats. I mashed the bananas and mixed them with Greek yogurt, a little bit of milk and a dash of vanilla syrup. The bananas were sweet enough that it didn't require any added sugar. Once I mixed these liquids, I added oats and chia seeds over them and combined everything together. then I added them to my meal prep glass jars. At the time of eating, I will add some crushed graham crackers over them for a crunch. I left one last task for the end, making rotis. Once the dough is ready, it only takes 5 or so minutes to roll the rotis and cook them out, but they require constant supervision in front of the stove, so I like to do this task in the end. I don't care if my rotis are round or not as long as they are thin and fluffy. Once the rotis were cooked, all my work was done. I covered all the boxes with lids and moved them to the fridge, and all week I got to have delicious home-cooked and healthy meal. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel for more meal prep content.